Hi, welcome back. Or maybe this is the first video you watch. Anyways, I was going to explain to you the catalog feature, the catalog tab, and that will be the one that you use the most of our backend. So, as I explained in the last video, just went to the front page. This is our backend, and in our backend, you have a sidebar, and in the sidebar, you have a certain tab called Catalog, and that's basically everything to do with our products. So if you click on Catalog, you'll find a small overview. So you have products, properties, categories, product groups, themes, and materials. If you go to products, you'll find an overview of all our products just like individually. So it's a very long list, and it says here 286, but that's not the case. It's in fact a lot larger, but we can only display 286 pages at the moment, but you can keep on going. If you were to go to 286, you could keep on going. Anyways, so these are all the individual products. Let's take a look at what we can see here in this feature list. So you have products. This is just basically your navigation. You can always check this to see where you are at the moment. So products, you went to catalog, products, and this is just Overzicht, overview. This has not translated, and I don't know why, but it's just overview. Then here you have your language settings. You can choose, so right now normally you should be in English, but you can choose to go to Dutch or French if you prefer one of those languages. I think you'll be more comfortable in English, of course. Then here you have the add button, which is the button that you use to add a new product. We'll try to add a new product in a minute. Then here you have the overview of all the different pages. You can go to, you can just browse through all our different products. You have the title here. Then here you can click to select multiple products at once. The title, the article number is usually not filled in. It's not necessary. Sometimes you'll see it filled in, but actually it's not that necessary. So it's something you can just leave open. The category, which is the category to which the individual product belongs, when it was edited, and the available languages. So basically these, when they're green, it means that they are both translated and online. For example, this one is probably translated in all three languages, but it is no longer published on our site, so it's offline. But due to a bug in our website, we can't remove or delete products, so we just put them offline. Maybe in the future that will change. We'll keep you up to date, but for now, just remember to never delete products. If something has to be put offline or has to be removed, you just put them offline. You have a search bar where you can search for a product or a collection of products. For example, if I want to go to Chiara, it's a collection. I'm gonna search for Chiara, and then I'll see all the products that have Chiara in the title, so that belong to the collection Chiara. I can also filter by, for example, filtering on tags, and then I can filter on the supplier. So right now the only tags we use are suppliers, but I want to find the specific, I want to find all the products that we have online and offline, all the products that we've ever uploaded in our backend. For example, Interlink. It's one of our suppliers. You'll have to add both Interlink and Interlink because it's a double tag. And then apply, and then here you'll find, for all these pages, these will all be all the products that were linked, that are supplied by Interlink. You can just click away this filter if you don't want it, and then you go back to the main screen where you have an overview of everything. Let's get back to categories for a quick second. So categories are basically, if you go to the front end, let's go to the front end for a second. We'll go to the English side. You have our main categories. Then let's go to, for example, bedroom. If you click on bedroom, it's our main categories. Then you have subcategories. For example, nightstands, complete bedrooms, mattresses, and then within these subcategories we have subcategories. So we have a 3-level categorization system. So then you have all the different types of mattresses. And you can view this basically in our category list, and this will always be the like the subcategory. It will never be the subcategory, I think. But anyways, you can see the category right here. Let's quickly go through the sidebar for a moment, and then we'll continue deeper into the products and stuff. The properties are the properties of each individual product. You can add these in the product. When you're importing products, you'll have to add properties, but like the management of all the different properties is done in this tab. So you have all these different properties. It is a bit annoying because it is translated, but for some reason these have not been translated yet. So I'll make sure that that's fixed. If I want to normally I can sort here on, like, I want to see the ones that were least edited, that last edited, but I'll just go to the bottom of the list. So you see like properties, for example, the interior. This is a property for like closets, if the interior has shelves or hanging bars. The width, the dimensions, and this is something that you'll have to use to implement filters. So we use these properties to enable filters so that the customer can filter on, for example, height or color of the seating or size of the furniture. If you go to one of these properties, you'll see furniture size, for example. Then you'll see an overview page, again with like a small sidebar. This is the title of that property. It's displayed in a drop-down menu. So that's just how it's displayed in the front end. And then you have the properties of the furniture size, so you have different sizes that they can filter on if that filter is activated. Let's just go back to properties. So here is basically, if you are lacking a filter, you can add a new filter and then give it a title, save it, go back, because you have to save, like you have to make a property collection first, and then you can add, when you save it, go out of it, go back into it, then you can add properties. But we're not going to do that for now. But usually, normally, all the filters that you will use will already be implemented. Sometimes you might have to add like a size or something, but you won't have to make a new one. I think the only things that normally, if everything goes according to plan, the only thing that you will have to do is just like sometimes add a property in a filter. For example, if there's a totally new material, you'll go to material properties and then you will add a property. And for example, if the new material is like a new kind of cloth, you'll just add a property and then add a cloth, save it, and it will be added to this list. Okay, so that's basically everything you need to know about properties. So here, this tab just manages all the different properties, and we need properties to filter our products. Categories is what I told you about in the front end, like the categories. This is where they are all managed. So you have a dining room, and then you see like the categories, the things that are described when you click on that category, and how it's searched for in SEO. So these are all the categories that we have. Product groups then are just a collection, like literally a collection of different products, and it's very handy for making, for example, blogs or pages where you want to like highlight a certain collection. You don't want to highlight one product, you want to highlight a collection, and then we make a product group of certain items, make it into a collection. So for example, everything that has to do, so I gave the example of Chiara, for example. So everything to do with Chiara, we bundled up into a collection Chiara. So this one, it contains all the different Chiara products. So they're just bundled together. And we can make or edit product groups in this tab. Then themes. Themes are the main categories in a way. So the themes are like the main categories, the things that we see here those are the themes. And if we go to dining room, then you see, so the first things that you see when you click on dining room, a cozy and fine dining, stalls creating the right atmosphere because who dines in the dining room. And if we click here, that's what we'll see here. So all the content, it's just here. Content that you add here is found in the backend, like underneath the overview. SEO is again just automatically filled in. Materials, this is where we manage all the different materials. It's something that's added in products, like I'll show you in a minute. When you add a product, you'll have to add the material, but the material has to be added to the materials management tab before you can add it in a product. So then it will link basically every time. It will just take. You'll be able to select if you go into products and you want to select a material. You'll be able to select a material from this list. But if it's not on list, you can't add it. So you first have to add it in this list to put it in the products. But let's go to the products, and I'll just show you how you would like add a new product and all the things that are important to add a new product. There are two ways of adding products. So one is like batch import, which I'm going to talk about in later or another video, and the other one is like individually adding products, or like the things I'm going to explain now is also what you'll have to do to edit the products. If you want to edit a certain product, you'll also you'll go about it in about the same way. The only difference is that you won't add a new product, but you'll search for the existing product and then click on the existing product. So maybe I'll just show you a product that's already filled in. For example, let's just do the sofa. Corner sofa velvet, it's a new product, and this is all filled in. If you click on add a new product, it will all be blank, so you have to fill it in, like you'll have to fill in everything. Right now it's all filled in because it's already an existing product. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So visibility is, you have to check both to make it active on our website. So if a product is added, you have to make sure it's visible in the front end so that viewers and potential customers can see it and then hopefully buy it. So this is just the visibility. So you have a sidebar here whenever you're making a product. So within the product sidebar, so visibility. The main content, this is the title, so it's displayed in like the overviews, when you search for it, when you browse through a website, this is something that you'll always see. And then a small introduction, which will sometimes be displayed, for example, in search results. And the description. Basically, these two are actually very important because we recently changed our website a bit, which makes the introduction a lot more important. In the introduction, we want you to add everything that's relevant to the product, but like not any specific fluffy content. So in the introduction, you'll quickly describe the product. For example, if it's a sofa, the color, the material, the dimensions, so the height, the length, the width, any special features. But it's very dry. It's just basically this is this product, it looks like this, it does this is important to note, and that's it. If you go, I'm just quickly going to show you, for example, what a product looks like in our front end. So this is the introduction. So the introduction that you write here will be displayed in our front end here. And then you have this link that's always there, more info about this product or the complete collection, and then you'll be moved to this part, which is because here there's not a lot of content, so it doesn't really matter, but normally there's more content here, which makes this button very handy, that it just quickly goes to the more description. And this is like the description, so what you add here will be displayed over here. So this is what a product looks like in the front end. So you have your media, you have your introduction here, you have the price, event, like you have a possible discount if there is a discount, you have the title, you have the buy button and stuff, but that's always automatically. These are the unique selling points. I'm going to get back to that in the product overview, but these are like the things that really make the product stand out. Right now, this is just the basic placeholder text. because there hasn't been any text specific USPs added. This is the description, and these are like the specifications, which you'll also have to add. So everything you're going to put in the backend in this product overview will show up here. You'll show the picture, you'll show the description. So yeah. For maybe also like these, this is also something that you're gonna add. So this is what the product looks like. So the introduction, the description, and then unique selling points, the little unique selling points I showed you. You add them all in the product overview. So visibility, main content, so basically everything that is displayed that is content-wise. Then you have the price, the purchase price, and the selling price, the sales price, and the VAT. So VAT is always 0 because we include it in our sales price. So when we calculate the sales price, the VAT is already included. The purchase price is how much we pay to the supplier. This is how much we get from the customer if we sell the item. Sorry. Then the inventory. Inventory is, in the inventory we can find the SKU and their code. These are usually just the same. We just duplicate them. But the code is very important. If the code is incorrect, then we will probably get an incorrect item from our supplier. So the code is basically the code that the supplier uses to know which object the customer has ordered. Usually this is a number code or like a numbers and letter code. Here it's just a name because that's how this supplier works. Then you have barcodes, stock, minimum stock, maximum stock, delivery period. These don't have to be filled in. If you fill it in, they don't have to be filled in. We don't work with stock, so that's one of the reasons why this isn't necessary, and the delivery period is automatically linked to the supplier. The template is always standard. Then we can go to, so if you fill everything in, so you want to fill in, you want to add, make sure it's visible, you want to add a title, an introduction, a description, unique selling points, try to add 3. You want to add the price, the purchase price and the selling price, you want to add a 0 VAT, and then you want to add the SKU and the code, which is very important as well, and the rest you can just leave as you found them, which is going to be empty, and this is always going to be set to standard. Then you can go to the specifications. This is just like all the important extra info that's usually number related. So returnable is something you always have to check. It means that the customer can return it if it's unopened. Basically, you always have to check returnable. In our showroom, only have to check it if we display the item in our showroom. We have a very large online web shop and a smaller physical store, so not everything that we sell online is visible in our showroom. So only the items that are visible have to be checked. Usually you will leave this unchecked. Assembly time is how much time it takes to assemble, and based on this time, actually there's like a standard, in one of your documents you'll find a standard assembly time for each individual item. For example, a wardrobe, I'm not sure if this is correct, but like a wardrobe would cost like 60 minutes and a chair 20 minutes. And that's also for the assembly service that we offer. We base our price on the assembly time. So a wardrobe will always be, because it has to be assembled, it can be assembled in 60 minutes, it will cost 60 euros. And a chair, if it costs 20 minutes to assemble, it will cost 20 euros. But those are fixed prices, and you can find a document in your Google Drive. Then dimensions of the product. The dimensions are just length, height, depth. You always have to fill these in, and these are filled in millimeters. So really pay attention. It might be that in the catalog it's displayed in centimeters, but we work in millimeters, so always put your numbers in millimeters. The number of packages, like number of collies, is the number of packages the product comes in. So in this case it's 4, so the sofa is divided into 4 packages and then assembled. The total volume is the total volume those packages take up in our trucks. These are also very important because the logistics service bases its entire planning on these numbers. If these are incorrect, then the truck will be overloaded or underloaded or just like not optimal. So you can find this information in the catalogs or in the price lists, and you just have to take it over. Largest collie Usually don't have to fill that in, I think. Then media. To the media, you want to add pictures. Like a product won't sell if it doesn't have pictures. We don't have pictures of all the different varieties of the products, but usually we really try to get a decent picture. It's sometimes a bit hard with our suppliers because they have to provide the pictures and sometimes they don't have the pictures, which makes it a little bit difficult. But this is the place where we put our pictures. The main image is the main image that is displayed in the overview, in the search function, and you can choose an image to upload in our main image. For example, if I wanted to change this, you can either look in our media backend, so you can look in our backend if we already have the picture, or you can upload it on your computer. Then a gallery is all the additional pictures. So if you have more than one picture of the product, you'll add one as a main image and the rest as a gallery image. Organization. Then the organization is the place where we will find like extra information about the product. So in category, it's just like what category this product belongs to. Depending on which category you select, it will show on the front end, it will show it in a certain category. If you were to select this and put it into like mattress or latex mattresses, then it would suddenly show up in latex mattresses. So it's important to get the correct category for the correct product. So in this case, it's a corner sofa, so we want to put corner sofa. The supplier, this is also very important because depending on this supplier, the delivery time will be different. This one is delivered by Altoni. He has a certain delivery period, which will be automatically displayed on our website. So you have to fill in the category, or just choose a category from a drop-down menu, choose a supplier from the drop-down menu, and then here you can add properties, which enables our customers to filter through, like to put filters into place to find the product that they're looking for more quickly. You'll have an overview of the different filters for, we use different filters for different product categories. For example, for sofas, you'll want to be able to filter on color, material, but also like, does it have a relax function? Does it have a sleeping function? What's the height? What's the width? But for a wardrobe, you might want to know, does it have drawers? Does it have a mirror? So sometimes the filters will be the same. For example, material, something that's always, that every product has as a filter, but other filters are specifically for a certain category of products. Then the materials, this is also a drop-down menu. This is, drop-down menu, you can choose from this drop-down menu a material. Material has to be, they are managed in this material tab. So you can't choose a material if it hasn't been added to the materials tab, but usually all the materials that you need are in there already. Related content is in the front end, as I showed you before, like maybe also like these items, if we want to suggest something to the customers, it will show the items that we added here. So usually those are either related items like different sofas or products from the same collection, so in the same style. Might be like you recommend a table for a sofa because it's in the same collection, or you recommend other sofas that are similar. And in the tag, you always fill in the supplier so that we can filter in our backend on suppliers. So to summarize, organization, you want to fill in the category, supplier, the different filters that are required for that specific product, the material, the related content is just, you can choose whatever that is, and then the tag is the supplier. Then we can go to variant properties. And this is like if a product is available in more than one color or in more than one size. So it's the same product, but it's just 20 centimeters larger or 20 centimeters higher. You can add it as a variant property. So it will still be collected under the same product, but you'll be able to customize it like a little bit. The customer will be able to choose the color or the size, and we add these variant properties here. So you just add them, you choose them from a list. If you choose them, you can add them. It will be done here, and then it's important to save before you continue, because otherwise sometimes the site can get a little bit buggy. So you can save and just get right back into our website. So basically just copy paste our title, you save, then you'll be, I don't think I did anything, so I'll just do it for a second. So if you copy paste your title, you save, you'll be removed from this product page and go back to the overview because you created product, but you want to go back, so you can just paste your site name and you'll be taken right back to where you left. If you have all your variant properties you want, you have to generate them. So by generating, we mean that all the variant properties, like every available option, is combinable, and they are combined to have like all the different options that you have. So for example, here you have different colors, but also different angles. And then these are combined, like you can have the black with the right angle, the black with the left angle, but you can also have the white with the black angle. And these are combined to the different options. And these different options, each different option has its own unique code, which is important, because this code has to be, like I said, has to be correct. And sometimes the price will also alter. So you can add, like change the different variants in this overview. So you have the variants, you have the product, like it's the main product, and then the variant product that you're adding right now. For example, this one is an angle like in the picture, it's black, and you can just press any of these two, any of the specific properties to get into the product variant menu, and then you can add alter or edit the price. If it's, for example, if black is more expensive than red, you can add the new price here, and you can add the unique SKU, so the unique code that makes sure that when the customer orders this variant, if this code is incorrect, it might not give them that variant. So the code has to be correct to match the specific variant. So this is like black with an angle like in the picture. So this code has to be the code for the black sofa with the angle like in the picture. Then here you can upload an image. And this is what I was talking about, that we don't have all the pictures. In an ideal world, if you have the picture of the variant, you should also upload the variant picture so that the customer can see what it looks like. But sometimes we don't, and then it's just like a description, like it will be red instead of black, but we don't have the red sofa, so the main picture will remain the same. But if you have the picture of the variant, you upload it as you would any, like in the normal products. You choose an image, you either search in the backend or you browse on your computer, and then you add it. Visibility is the same as in the main product overview. You have to click on this visibility link to make sure that it's visible on the site, otherwise it won't show. And then it's always, of course, important to save. I'm not going to save right now because I didn't change or add anything. So, but if you added something, save it, otherwise all your work will be lost, and you do not want that. So let's go back to our variants. So those were the variants. Then you can always have like an overview to make sure that your price is correct, that your code is correct, that it's visible on the website, and extra information, of course. I'm not sure if I told you. So if you added all your variant properties, you have to click generate variants to make all the combinations. I think I told you, but to be short, so generate variants will make all the different combinations that you added here. So you want to combine all these things together, generate, and then it will come, and then you will be able to add in all the extra information. Then the promotions is just basically, this is an active promotion because it's July, it's sales month. It will give you all these discounts. Bundles are all the active bundles. I will talk about that later. It's just a combination of different bundles. And SEO is will again be automatically copied and make sure that we're found in Google. So that's basically everything you have to fill in if you want to add a new product individually. For batch upload, I'll make another video to explain it all. I hope this was a little bit more enlightening. Okay, thank you. And hopefully everything will go well. If you have any questions, you can always contact me, and then I'll be able to answer them, I hope.